You know, it's something that, it was the first thing that I ever did as an actor, so it's kind of, to me, this is the way that it's always supposed to be, and apparently, talking to my other.
We should do the cup song. Do they have any? We're gonna do this for the full hour.
That's awesome. I did not. So it's for me. It's I don't have anything to compare and contrast with. Juxtaposing, of course, parenthetically speaking. So it's I couldn't. So I've always been around you wonderful people, and the great thing about it is that as the years go on, it seems to grow, which is pretty awesome too. Now, how many people here have been fans since day one? Since that Tuesday at 8 o'clock, before we let in for that. What was that show? No. Yeah. No, it was Heaven Help Us.
Heaven Can Wait?
Seventh Heaven.
You guys were the lead-in for Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, we were. And Joss had this whole thing where like it was the poster of Buffy, and then it was a Seventh Heaven, and then it was
Jesus.
But Joss's thing, his tag wanted it to be Heaven and Hell. You decide which. And how many people became fans after the show aired in 1990? Don't be shy. So, hey, it's fine. Nothing wrong with seeing it. So I think it's so wonderful to have these fans, but it's pretty much all I've done. And so I've always expected every show that I have done after Buffy to have that fan base. So it's not particularly that way at all. But I think it's
Kitchen Confidential.
Right. Thank you. Criminal Minds, yeah.
No, it was really it wasn't my first show, and I was older, so for me it was just delicious
Really? It wasn't your
heaven.
first show?
No. For me it was delicious heaven, because at that time, TV writing was pretty bad. Pretty bad. I mean, you'd get a script and you'd go, oh my God, if I paraphrase half of this, I can maybe twist it into something that might come out of a human being's mouth. It was awful. And then to get on this show that was so fabulously written was just such a treat. And nowadays, all the best writers followed Joss and went to television. And there's fantastic stuff, and some of the best writing is on television, because film is really no longer sort of a writer's medium. But it was heaven to be on a show so well written and so well done, especially at a time when nothing else was.
Yeah. I thought you guys were great. Karen? Huh?
Okay, hello. Okay, first off, Mirko, you're so pretty, it's not actually okay.
Thank you.
What are you gonna do about it?
You wanna fight?
Compliment
I
you
know
at the
fake
panel.
TV karate, so I could totally Don't even.
It's really okay. Okay, generic question of, do you have any like really funny, endearing like moments from on set that you enjoyed and
Oh my God, so I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I don't do well with that question because I'm not a good storyteller that way. There were lots of funny, I don't know. Do you guys have like good anecdotes?
Anecdotes,
I'm sure.
That's a great word.
No, it was, it was kind of because it was kind of dark, obviously, in moments, the show itself, and there was a lot going on, and no, I just had the best time, like every second that I was there, because, like him, it was my first show, and my third day on the set, I had like a scene eating Chinese food. Oh, this is a good one. Here we go, you ready? You just have to start yabbering, and then jabbering and yammering. It's like a mockingjay. Hunger Games? Okay. So it was my third day on the set, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was with the wonderful Tomo Pennicott, who will be with us, I think, tomorrow. But I didn't know what I was doing at all, and I was nervous and excited, and I was a huge fan of Joss and Buffy and obviously the whole world, and was just so elated to be there as an actor and also a fan. So my third day, I had to do the Chinese food scene, which I will tell you a story about, and then then the sex scene, which is awkward, and then the 3 flowers in a vase scene. So that was all like my third day. So it was my first time at the rodeo, and I was terrified, but I had the best time. So the story is, we have to eat Chinese food. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't do a lot of like, you know, Asian fusion, Chinese, any of that type of thing. So I cannot use chopsticks. That's the truth. So the prop guy, Chris, comes up to me and goes, here you go, here's your Chinese food and your chopsticks. And I looked at him and I was like, can I have a fork? And he goes, are you kidding? Like, who doesn't know how to use chopsticks? And I said, this guy. So he gave me the fork, and so Melly ate her Chinese food with a fork, and I was at a convention, and a fan came up to me and I just thought it was the best character choice, because Melly is so charming, to like, have her use a fork to eat her Chinese food? And I was like, thank you. It was me, because I can't use chopsticks. That's my story, that's it, that's as good as it gets.
Okay, actually on that first Tuesday, was it a Tuesday?
When we aired?
Oh no.
Oh, when we shot?
Whatever day it was that we
Sorry,
shot. It was
shooting?
the first day of shooting.
Monday.
And it was in front of the school, and I was supposed to drop Buffy off at school. And so I was in the green Jeep, and I was very nervous. And Sarah must have had about 10 cups of coffee, and she was just chatting, and she had the radio on, and I'm just like, oh my God, I just like have to keep it together and remember my lines and what I'm supposed to do. And so they called action, and I was supposed to take the car and pull up in front of the school and drop her off. And I put the car in reverse and took off in the wrong direction. And fortunately, I didn't kill anybody or destroy any property.
I think there's like a Progressive car insurance commercial that's based on that premise, with the Human League singing to it. Trying to go back. There's so many of them. I mean, all I remember was that you learn to, especially I guess with go to eating. By the way, eating Chinese food with chopsticks, I swear to God, is on a TV show or a movie is one of my biggest pet peeves. It's used all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we're just kicking back, got our thing, let's talk about the case or whatever, you know, like police station or that. I'm like, yeah, fine. So a fork is the way to go, and I'm proud of you. I would have used a spoon, but it's very or a fork. 2 spoons, you know, like a crane.
Next time.
But the one thing that I learned was that whenever there were eating scenes, because I forgot, I think it's in the high school years, but I had to do this scene where I was eating Twinkies to impress a girl. And I did a couple commercials where...
Always works for me.
Yeah, right? And thank God they're back.
Thank God, cheers.
Who didn't see that coming, by the way? You know what I mean? It was like, hey, by the way, Coke's gonna change the formula. It's like, yeah, right. You know, a month later with Good Classic. For those of you who remember that in the 80s. So anyway, so I just learned that in the master shot, which is the first shot, don't eat anything. It doesn't matter if you're at dinner, you know, and you're starving, just don't eat anything because you have to match it and you have to actually swallow. But in that Twinkie scene, since I had to swallow, and that was my way of, I had lines after I ate these 7 Twinkies in a row, I had to eat those Twinkies, and it was just horrible. The shit that they put you through, you know, nobody thinks about us, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, yeah, I mean, sure, I mean, hunger is a problem in this world, but how's about overeating on camera, you know what I mean? There should be some sort of like, yeah, there should be like some sort of like outreach program for actors who eat too much on camera. Anyway.
Thank you.
Hey there.
Hey.
Oh, we're going to the other side.
My question is for Nicholas, but first off, before I get into it, I just want to say I've been a fan of you guys for a long time. The Buffy show was fabulous, and actually, Nicholas, you did a great job also on Criminal Minds portraying that character. I just recently getting into acting. I've been an entertainer in this city for over 30 years doing sing and telegrams, and
give us something right now.
Please.
Give us something. Come on, you can't.
Do a singing telegram for Amy to get well. Yeah.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. And then we'll
Put
sing
me on the
some
spot. Put me on the
songs.
spot. Thanks a lot. Okay. Get well. Okay. Let's see.
The old bag of tricks. The old get well bag of tricks.
And the get well song goes.
There's got to be one.
I've got one. I'm just trying to remember it on the spot.
Yeah, no, it's.
All right, you don't really have to. Sorry.
You know what we'll do?
We can
Ask
talk
the question and
I
then
tell you what. I tell you what. I'll do my Elvis one,
Okay.
Yes.
and I can change it to get well for whatever.
Perfect.
You're all sick of.
Oh well, bless my soul, so this I see. You're feeling evil, oh golly gee. And I didn't bring a gift at all. I hope this little dick is good enough for you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Actually, like I said, I just recently got into acting after doing a lot of entertaining through the city. And I know some people, some actors, fellow actors who've been acting with you on Morningside Monster. And I actually know the writer as well, because I write as well too. And just wanted to know what your experience was on that.
It was a lovely. It was. I shot it like last November here in by Athens.